Now,
I sort of remember like on Sunday morning, how they would replay like the Ohio State game from the day before, that you could actually see the game.
this week in baseball.
Good morning, Richland County. It's Thursday, July 6th. It's 9:30 a.m. Richland County Board of Commissioners is now in session. I'm Richland County Commissioner Cliff Mears, joined by fellow commissioners Tony Barrow, Darrell Banks, our clerk Stacy Kroll, County Administrator Andrew Keller. Mr. Morgenstern is here, and we're joined by First Energy, and our three media sources are online as well. Welcome to our guests. First order of business is to certify the record of proceedings for June 29th.
Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes,
Commissioner Banks,
Yes,
Commissioner Barrow,
yes,
I have a motion to approve requisitions.
so move. Second.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
And those records, or those, for the record, the requisitions include $65 for minnows for the wastewater treatment plant, which I looked into. I thought that was an interesting expenditure. Could I have a motion to approve weekly transfer and appropriation requests?
So move. Second.
Like we overpaid.
It's like we bought a whale.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Could I have a motion to adopt the 2024 tax budget?
Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Could I have a motion to authorize the termination of 2 Dayspring employees?
So move. Second.
Mears, Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
I have a motion to authorize Children's Services to add a machine to the cost per copy contract. And for the record, it request is a fax machine, but it's a fax scanner, printers, most of us have. And they're actually decommissioning one, so it's not in addition to what they've got.
So move. Second.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes,
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
I have a motion to certify the monthly delinquent sewer bills.
So move. Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
I have a motion to approve the utility permit application from Columbia Gas for work on Plymouth Spring Mill Road for a new 1-inch gas line service.
So move. Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
And could I have a motion to authorize the sheriff to dispose of 8 vehicles and 3 pieces of equipment, none of which are functional right now?
So move. Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
I have a motion to approve contract for police services with the village of Shiloh for a total of $10,590.36 a year.
So move.
Second with a question, Darrell, since you're the sheriff's liaison, do you know how they determine the hourly rate? Out of curiosity.
I think they have a contract with the union on what they give to the officer, and then we can charge them for the car. Beyond that, I do not know.
Okay,
been that same amount for several years.
are we,
It works out to $46.86 an hour.
okay? You're comfortable with that, Darrell?
I am.
Okay.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks, Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Let's see if we can group these 4 together. They're contracts for police services at events. Crestview, Madison, Clear Fork, and Lucas school districts.
I will make that motion.
I'll second it with some questions. Stacy, the Crestview School District contract they have has, it looks like they've approved it, right? Have the other jurisdictions, which would be Madison, Clear Fork, and Lucas not approved it, but yet then there's some signatures on some. So for instance, the Madison contract has been signed by Madison School District representatives, which would indicate that they've taken care of it. But then the dates are blank,
Well, they leave the top blank for me.
right? But they didn't,
They didn't fill in their own date.
I don't see that.
I don't always do that. I end up doing
So
it.
you're gonna take care of that?
Fine.
I just wanted to make sure.
But all the schools should have approved it.
Okay. Just want to make sure that you were aware of that.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
That's what we have on the end right now before our executive session at 10 o'clock. So in the meantime, any questions from the media, starting with Al?
Yeah, what are the basic figures on the tax budget? I don't need,
Alice.
line item, but total expenditures and anticipated income. That's all I was looking for.
Feel that one?
Well, you have this, you're on that, right?
Yeah.
Al, that's very lengthy. It's what we discussed in the public hearing. If you want a copy of it, it shows a listing of expected tax revenues. Cliff's holding it. It's many, many, many pages. Cliff can go over some of the distributions right now.
Well, I was just basically looking at two basic things, how much you're looking to spend if that's part of it, and how much, total, revenue would be brought in.
Go ahead, Cliff, you got the.
That's just, this tax budget is just on like the property tax. It's not everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where to start with all the different funds and levies.
I'll have to send it to you, Al.
Okay,
It's-
I was
it's all the
I was just
levies.
looking for, like one total.
There's really no one total.
Okay, well, yeah, if you'd send it to me, Stacy, I'd appreciate it. Got a couple questions on that sheriff's department thing. Are most of those vehicles old cruisers?
Yeah, they are. They're all actually Chevy Impalas from 2007 through 2016. But none of them, they're lacking engines or transmissions or major defects, major functional parts is the way he's identified them.
They're all valued at less than $2,500 each.
You want an Impala, Al?
No. I've got one that's not running in my garage right now. So no, thank you. What kind of equipment are they talking about?
Got a Polaris four-wheeler, a Polaris Arctic Cat, and a hose claw 10-foot trailer. The Arctic Cat is from 1997, the trailer is from 1977. And the four-wheel is 2000, so it's 23 years old.
Okay, just curious to know what it all, how would they dispose of it? Would that be gov deals or advertise or what?
Oh.
I don't think this would be on gov deals. They're all being sold for scrap.
The vehicles are being sold for scrap. Is the equipment too? Is that what the letter says?
Yeah, it's all identified as.
It's all being sold as scrap, Al.
I'm sorry, what was that last part? I thought I had my phone on silent ring, apparently not.
They're all being sold for scrap.
Okay. That's all I had.
Okay. Carl, what you got?
Oh, a couple of things. Talking about Shiloh Police Services. What was the total amount again for the year? 10,000 something?
$10,590.36 a year for 3 years.
Okay, and Stacy, you said it's been that same amount for how many years, or do you know for sure?
At least since 2018.
Okay, and that totals 46.86 per hour. So how many hours of service does the village receive for that 10,590.36?
126 hours.
Now, does the contract specify what the SO does during that 226 hours? I mean, are they on patrol, or is that things they respond to there, or does it break it down?
Well, it identifies the preservation of public peace, health, safety, and welfare of the residents. Don't see anything more specific than that.
Well, it says these deputies shall handle all complaints received by the sheriff's office originating within the village of Shiloh and enforce all the ordinances of the village when applicable. If no ordinance is applicable, deputy shall enforce the laws of the state of Ohio. During their regular patrol, except temporarily in case of an emergency, the deputy shall work under the direction of the sheriff's office.
Okay. The deputies going to events there at the 4 school districts. Do all 4 of those schools pay the same thing, an hourly rate for, I assume we're talking football games, basketball games, dances, things like that? Is it all the same pay?
Yes.
$30 an hour.
And that's probably something that gets negotiated by the union with the sheriff's department, or is that something done through the schools?
I believe it's negotiated between the sheriff's office and the schools.
Okay. Well, that's all I had. Daryl, if I could, I'd like to give you a call either later today or tomorrow. I'm finishing up the last story on the Medal of Honor winners, and I did talk with the veteran service guy, Kenny, yesterday, and I'm trying to get some more information about the guy from Richland County who's buried in an unmarked grave in Kentucky. So I might call you just to get a couple of comments for that story.
Okay, well, I'm enjoying reading those stories.
Oh,
Been
thank you.
interesting.
Thank you very much. It was a lot of internet research. I appreciate it.
Greg, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, just one question. The school districts were Lucas, Madison, was it Crestview? What was the other?
Clear Fork, it's Crestview, Madison, Clear Fork, and Lucas.
And that's only for dances, athletic events. These guys or gals are not like school resource officers. That's just $30 an
Special
hour for
detail, Greg.
extracurricular activity.
Yeah, that's special detail.
Special detail. Okay.
Except for the Shiloh one, which was to provide the function of law enforcement. As you know, being a village, villages and cities have a codified duty under the auspices of the Ohio Revised Code to provide law enforcement services to the residents of their community.
That's all I got.
Joe, have anything for us?
Well, just sort of reminder, FYI, I've already reached out to Rebecca Owens on this. Next week at the fire station on South Main Street, I'm doing a live wire electrical safety training demonstration for first responders and any other personnel in the county. So just trying to reach out to as many as possible because it's a really good training session and a reminder for first responders. They come upon an accident of a down line on a car or just other awareness to be aware if you're digging where there's underground utilities, just all sorts of good safety awareness tips. So that's next Tuesday, Wednesday at 1020 South Main Street at the fire station there at 10 o'clock.
On my calendar.
Okay.
So the invitation.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
thank you, Joe.
Oh, no problem.
Is there any other business to come before the Board of Commissioners at this time?
If I could real quick, 10 a.m., what was the day on that, Joe? Might be something to try to come down and cover.
July 11th and July 12th. And Carl, I can give you a good media contact for us is Lauren Saberkis.
I think I talked with her last summer during the
The outages.
Yep.
Yep,
And 11, and it's gonna be Fire Station 1.
if that's what the one that's at 1020 South Main Street, yes,
Oh, okay, that's a different one then.
Just south of Cook Road.
that's
Yep.
correct.
Okay, I think that's 4. But,
Okay, I'm not aware of numbers.
and is there anybody in the room happier than Joe not to be working for AEP yesterday? They had 20,000 people without power in Knox County.
Oh, okay.
Was that from the heat, the peak?
I didn't follow it along that closely because it was one of the few times AEP didn't kill my power. But apparently it dealt with some transmission issues, which affected lines, which affected lines, which affected lines, I'm sure.
That's
Joe
about
knows.
20% of their population.
Well, you get
Yeah.
transmission line now, that's affecting substations.
Yep, that's what they were talking about.
Yeah,
That's all I had. Thank you. Hey, what's the 10 a.m. executive session about, guys?
Circuit TV, request for proposal.
The reviewing proposals received for the security and the IT project.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you guys going to be making any decisions after that?
Think so at this time.
I don't know if they do, I can let you know.
All right. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hearing no further business, the Richland County Board of Commissioners stands at recess at 9:46 to reconvene at 10 o'clock for that executive session.
Okay.
It is 10 o'clock. The Richland County Board of Commissioners is in session. Could I have a motion to go into executive session
So move. For what reason now?
to discuss a CCTV for proposal?
Okay, if it's that.
And I'll second that.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
It is 10:40 a.m. The Richland County Board of Commissioners is out of executive session. No action will be taken at this time with no other business to conduct. Stand adjourned at 10:40.